work that you were doing in China, how important was it to get the whole chain behind it? How did it fit into your overall strategy for the group?
I think I think at the point of time, a lot of people don't understand. It's not that they're not supportive. I think a lot of people will not realize how much it means to the community, it means to the government, it means to the people who are less fortunate. I think if you have opportunity to visit those places and sort of working and talking to them, I think you will change very quickly. Your heart melts because they really need support, they really need help. I think once we start off the first round, I think the company stands behind it, and I have a pretty free rein to what to do in China anyway. So I think we move ahead with that. I think we do even further in the China and the Portugal thing. We before a year before I left, I already set up using that Portugal fundraising. We do a scholarship fund, and I found out, I learned more about when you start helping the less fortunate. A lot of people think that, well, you're only looking after the generation of people who are in the villages, in the remote places. But there are one element I found out. There are those so-called workers from one provinces with the other provinces. Let's say you are from Sichuan, you go to Beijing to work, and the workers' children have no account of the Beijing or Shanghai. The children could not go to school. So because they can't afford the private school. So what we did is we talked to Portugal. We'll divide the fund we raise into 3 parts. One part we go for a Portugal building school in the remote villages, help to support all the earthquake, etc. 1/3 of it we'll dedicate it to these so-called migrant workers' children for study. We'll donate a school to build a school for them, and they will have charity organization to do teaching. And then 1/3 we start a scholarship. Because I recognize one thing, a scholarship, you ask any company, just now there are a lot of leaders around, when the company running right, I think the funding of a scholarship always be there. When in a tough time, the funding for a scholarship may come to question. So I recognize from day one, you can't rely on a company funding a scholarship for long term. You really want to do something. So what we did is, with the Portugal, we agreed with 1/3 of the money, we established a scholarship fund. So anyone attending the IIG Academy, you can apply through the channel, qualify, then you'll be funded for your 2-year, 3-year, or 4-year scholarship. So we have that a bit more comprehensive program in China. I think that worked pretty well.
And the last question I want to ask you, we've got some young managers in the audience, we've got some people from Cornell. Could you leave us with some advice to a young manager coming up through the industry? What should they be focusing on?
I think my own experience, I can share with you only my experience. I learned one thing when younger day. I'm more adventurous. I think you need to really take a step out for what you do today. You don't take the first step out, you will never learn the next step what it is all about. If I have not taken the first step out to do what I'm doing in Hong Kong, I think I will still sitting down and doing my nightclub sushi warm girls, right? So I think the first thing, I think you have a dream. I think the dream to me had to be reasonably big. You cannot dream about the 2 steps. I think you have a vision what you want to do in your life, and you really take steps to achieve the goal ultimately you want to be. I also think that when you find, one thing, I talk to my girls, my 2 daughters as well, and some of my other friends. I think when we went to school, when we graduate, when we do more for professional training, we thought when we were young, we thought that's what we want to do. But until you actually do it, you find that it may not be what you want to do. Our friends study medicine, they graduate with doctor, after 1-2 years they don't want to be doctor. And our friends to be an engineer, after 1-2 years engineering, they don't want to be, they become an accountant. So I want to be an accountant. I found out, I like it, but I don't like it, I'm more like something else. So I think, one, you have to search out your real interest. A lot of Cornell younger generation here, they thought they wanted to be a hotelier. But one thing you may find out that you don't want to tell me. I think that you need to search your scope a little bit. But when you start finding out what you like to do, when you find what you like to do, you really want to do it, I think you are there 50% away. If you keep on doing something you don't like to do, no matter how hard you do, you will do a great job, good job, but you're not to be an excellent job. So I think you follow your heart, which I would say, and you find out what you really like to do. I think follow your heart in my word.
Good way to end. Ladies and gentlemen, Edmond Ip.